The 2007 NASCAR silly season brought us the team change heard around the world. Dale Earnhardt Jr., one of NASCAR's most popular drivers, made a groundbreaking decision to leave Dale Earnhardt Inc, the team founded by his legendary father, Dale Earnhardt Sr. This move sent shockwaves through the NASCAR community, as for many years, DEI had been synonymous with the Earnhardt legacy. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the son of legendary NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt, made his way into the Cup Series through a combination of raw talent, hard work, and the undeniable influence of his racing lineage. Born in Kannapolis, North Carolina, Dale Jr. grew up immersed in the sport. After competing in late models and honing his skills on short tracks, he made his NASCAR debut in the Busch Series, now the Xfinity Series, back in 1996. Driving for his father's team, DEI, he quickly found success, capturing back-to-back championships in 1998 and 1999. This dominance cemented his reputation as one of the sport's rising stars and paved the way for his transition to the Cup Series. In 2000, Dale Jr. made his full-time debut in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, driving the iconic number 8 Budweiser Chevrolet for DEI. Expectations were sky high, and he didn't disappoint, winning 2 races that year, including the All-Star race and a thrilling victory at Richmond Raceway. His aggressive yet calculated driving style, combined with his approachable personality, made him an instant fan favorite. These early successes proved he wasn't just living in his father's shadow, but was carving out his own legacy. However, the pressure to perform in the Cup Series was immense, with the weight of being the Intimidator's son always present. Dale Jr.'s journey was a testament to perseverance, talent, and the enduring legacy of the Earnhardt name in stock car racing. Dale Jr.'s tenure at DEI from 2001 to 2004 was marked by incredible highs and emotional challenges. The 2001 season began tragically with the loss of his father, Dale Earnhardt, in a crash during the Daytona 500. Despite the heartbreak, Dale Jr. showed remarkable resilience, earning his first victory of the season at the Pepsi 400 in July, a race forever remembered for its emotional significance.
Frantic, intense racing in the final laps at Daytona, but it's still Dale Earnhardt Jr. out in front. They've got to take the win away from him. Here they come, turn 4, final lap of the Pepsi 400. Michael Waltrip in second, but it's going to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. using lessons learned from his father to go from 6th to 1st and score the victory in the Pepsi 400.
That's unbelievable.
He said he knew he could beat him, we just didn't know what was going to happen.
Remember when we've seen this before?
His win, with teammate Michael Waltrip close behind, brought tears and cheers from fans worldwide. Dale Jr. ended the season with 3 wins and a solid 8th place finish in the point standings, demonstrating his potential as a rising star. The 2002 season saw a mixture of promise and frustration. Though he secured 2 wins, including another at Talladega Superspeedway, inconsistency plagued the team throughout the year. Struggles with performance, mechanical failures, and bad luck left him 11th in the point standings by season's end. Despite these challenges, he continued to show his dominance at restrictor plate tracks, solidifying his reputation as one of the best superspeedway racers in the series. In 2004, he was met with even greater triumphs, with Dale Jr. winning 6 races, including his long-awaited first Daytona 500 victory. His ability to dominate at Daytona and Talladega once again defined his season, while showing versatility by winning at tracks like Atlanta and Bristol. That year, he was a serious contender for the inaugural chase for the Nextel Cup, though a late-season penalty for an offhand comment on television hurt his title hopes. He ultimately finished 5th in points, capping off what was arguably his best season with DEI. This 4-year stretch solidified Dale Jr.'s status as one of NASCAR's most popular and talented drivers and established DEI as a force in the Cup Series. The decline of DEI began to show during 05 and 06 as internal struggles and performance inconsistencies began to affect both the team and Dale Jr.'s career. After the highs of 2004, expectations for Dale Jr. were sky high entering 2005. However, the season quickly turned into a disappointment. DEI faced challenges adapting to NASCAR's new rules package and lacked the engineering development of rival teams. The struggles were amplified by crew chief turmoil as his longtime crew chief Tony Reed Sr. was reassigned within the organization, disrupting the chemistry that had been key to their previous success. Dale Jr. only managed 1 win in 05 at Chicagoland and finished a dismal 19th in points, his worst season to that point. Beyond track struggles, tensions within DEI began to simmer during this period.
And when she needed more people, she made it less.
Oh.
And so I used to call her up and I'd say, hey, I need about 30 minutes with you today. And she'd like, well, I can't see today. And I'm like, all right. Well, a couple of days go by. I'm like, hey, I need about an hour with you now. And then finally she'd come in there. She'd fling the door open. She goes, you got 10 minutes. Yes. And I'm like, I said, go find somebody else needs 10 minutes because I need about 2 hours now.
Yep.
I was like, you need to go find someone. She goes, you're such a smart ass. And I'm like, I'm just telling you, I can't even set up the story in 10 minutes.
Dale Jr. and his stepmother, Teresa Earnhardt, who was running the team, reportedly clashed over the direction of the organization. These disagreements created a rift that affected both team morale and performance. DEI's resources were increasingly stretched thinner and thinner as the organization attempted to expand and field competitive entries for drivers like Michael Waltrip and Martin Truex Jr. While Truex showed promise in the Busch Series, the Cup program struggled to maintain the level of competitiveness it had in the early 2000s. The 2006 season was an improvement for Dale Jr., but it still highlighted DEI's growing vulnerabilities. He rebounded to win at Richmond, and he made the chase for the Cup, finishing 5th in the final standings. However, inconsistency remained a problem, and DEI was falling behind powerhouse teams like Hendrick and Roush, who had deeper resources and stronger technical alliances. By the end of 2006, it was clear that DEI was struggling to keep up with the evolving landscape of NASCAR. Jr.'s growing frustration with the team's lack of progress, combined with ongoing disputes with Teresa over ownership and control, set the stage for his eventual departure. While Jr. remained the face of DEI, the cracks in the foundation of the once dominant team were becoming impossible to ignore, signaling the beginning of the end for DEI as a competitive force in NASCAR. As time went on, Jr. sought greater control and a substantial ownership stake in the company, desiring a 51% share to influence the team's operations and direction. Dale Jr. believed that having more control would allow him to steer DEI towards greater success and align the team's goals with his own ambitions. Teresa, on the other hand, aimed to maintain the legacy and control envisioned by Dale Sr. In May of 2007, after months of stalled negotiations, Dale Jr. made the difficult decision to leave DEI at the end of the season. This announcement was a seismic shift in NASCAR, marking the end of an era.
Key words there, a couple of key phrases, I think, was one, that they never got that close. We kept hearing, yeah, pretty close, maybe in May we'll announce something. They never really got close. And then the other thing is, and I totally agree with him, that he would have his father's blessings. I know that Dale Sr. would tell Dale Jr., Dale, if we can't give you what you think you need to win races, to win championships, then you need to find something else to do. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind about that.
Right. Well, I mean, number one, everybody's always talking about he's going to go to Richard Childress Racing, the team his father drove for, won so many races, and be back in a number 3 car. I would like to think that would happen, but I think there's too many variables over there that's going to keep that from happening. Hendrick Motorsports is another possibility. Guy like Bobby Ginn, who now has 3 teams, he's been mentioned in the mix, but also you got to realize he can fall back and go to and run his own deal. I think the key thing right now is he's put himself in the catbird seat to look at all these variables, all these options, and make the best decision based off of what Darrell said, trying to get in a situation where he can win.
Who would you rate the favorite to land where he'll go?
If I were he, I don't think I would go back to Childress. His dad was there. That's his dad's legacy. I think that's something he wants to start. I think he wants to have his own deal, his own legacy. I love Rick Hendrick. The way his cars are running and they're winning championships, I strongly...
Dale Jr. soon signed with Hendrick Motorsports, seeking better opportunities and stability for his career. This move was seen as a strategic step to establish his own legacy, independent of his father's shadow, and to achieve the success that eluded him at DEI.
And so today, it is with great honor to introduce my new boss for 2008, Mr. Rick Hendrick.
4 DEI, losing their marquee driver was a significant blow. The team struggled to maintain its competitive edge and faced challenges in attracting top talent and sponsors. This split also strained the personal relationship between Dale Jr. and Teresa, further complicating the dynamics with the Earnhardt family. Despite these challenges, Dale Jr. embraced his new beginning with Hendrick Motorsports. In the end, his transition to Hendrick proved to be a positive change. His performance in the 2008 season, his first with Hendrick, was a testament to his skill and determination. While in exhibition race, he won the Budweiser Shootout to start the season, then later on won at the Michigan International Speedway, marking his first points race win since 2006. These successes were not just personal victories, but also vindications of his decision to leave DEI. His performance helped solidify his status as one of NASCAR's top drivers and demonstrated that his move was a step in the right direction for his career. Overall, Teresa's management of DEI is often regarded as the key factor in the team's downfall. Her inability to adapt to NASCAR's rapidly changing landscape, coupled with a reluctance to relinquish control, stifled the organization's growth. The public feud with Dale Earnhardt Jr. over ownership and decision-making highlighted her unwillingness to collaborate effectively, ultimately driving away the team's biggest asset. Her focus on preserving Dale Sr.'s legacy, while admirable in sentiment, overshadowed the practical needs of running a competitive racing organization. Without Jr., DEI lost its competitive edge, struggled to attract top-tier talent, and eventually merged with Chip Ganassi Racing, effectively ending its identity as a standalone powerhouse. Teresa's decisions not only fractured the Earnhardt legacy, but also left fans longing for what DEI could have been under more forward-thinking and unified leadership.